And we're back for some more Persona 5 Golden. Last time we found out that Yukiko has been thrown inside the TV, so now it's up to us to see how far can we go to rescue her.
Yeah, so I'm actually back after taking a bit of a break from part 4. I was tired. I just had a really when he did episode 4, I just had a really long weekend. It was just not fun. So, but I'm back and I'm ready to kick butt. So,
all right, so let's do this. I was just showing off
where you were in terms of stats and levels.
Yeah, at the minute. Now, how am I going to approach this playthrough when it comes to exploring the dungeons and such? For this part only, I'll show off whatever random encounter I run into. However, I do cut out the grinding.
Because the grinding is a pain in the neck, and nobody really wants to watch that.
Yeah, pretty much. However, I do I do insert an image saying what if anything of note happened, pretty much. So you might see me do some jump cuts here and there, but as far as like the actual battling is concerned, he'll be showing off the battles just primarily just so you get a sense of what kind of enemies you'll see in the dungeons, the weaknesses, etc., etc. Of course, going forward after this part, I'm going to be editing out the battles that we have already seen, like the formation, like if there's a new formation of enemies to fight, I will show that off. However, if we already seen it before, I'm editing that battle out.
Sweet. So yeah, we are now back in the TV world, and we see Mr. Teddy, and this is, I think, is this gonna be Chie's first time? I think.
Well, this is technically her second time in the TV world.
Okay, no, I figure it was something like that, but I do not remember exactly what it was.
Oh, technically it's her second time. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly. I didn't remember offhand for the story wise.
Yeah, because you remember the bit where the two Chie and Yosuke were like in disbelief that the main character can stick his hand through the TV.
Yes.
Yeah, that was their first time.
Okay.
Chie never came in for the second time when they trying to investigate Sakakonishi's death. She never was in the TV. She was waiting outside the TV.
Yeah. So now Teddy's kind of getting introduced properly to Chie for the first time. He's like, hey, something else happened after the two guys were in here.
Yeah, so pretty much, as long as he's here in the TV world, he can sense if someone's been thrown in. He does not get a clear-cut idea on who. He just kind of, like, I guess, knows their presence, so to speak.
Yeah, which is interesting, so, but we'll see what happens if that actually gets explained later on in the story.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, if you got any questions, I'll try to explain it best I can.
Yeah, so how does he, don't remember, is it ever explained how he's able to do that in the story, or?
I think, without going too much into detail, he does say he has to say he's always lived here. So, I would imagine that he just,
he kind of knows the atmosphere so well that whenever something is off, he knows it.
Yeah, he always, because, well, kind of like an animal, you always follow your nose.
Yeah, true. So he's like, no camera stuff is going on. So, but then, like, they're kind of getting into... So Yosuke and Teddy tend to get at each other's throats quite a bit, as you can tell from this cutscene.
Yeah, the other thing to note is that Teddy does not know the outside world very well, the world outside the TV world, so that's why he's not
quite familiar with like the terms that they're using, like all the technological advances.
I was gonna say
like
culturally
that.
educated, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Yep. So it seems like some.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so pretty much like with Yukiko, like people probably she seems to be saying stuff that's really out of character for her. So we'll get into that once we actually figure out what's going on here.
And actually, the Persona 4 animation actually gives a little more detail about Yukiko and Chie's past as well. And the anime, the two of them met when they were like, I guess, kindergartners or elementary school kids or something, and they've been like friends ever since. The anime shows off that little flashback.
That's pretty cool.
It gets a little more in depth to their friendship, I guess.
Yeah, so it seems like if that's the case, they've been friends for a pretty long time.
Right, correct. I mean, it was already said. It was already said that they were friends for a while, but the anime actually shows off a little bit of it.
Yeah, and Chie decides that, okay, I'm going on ahead, I'm impatient, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get myself killed.
Impatience does beget error.
Yep. So, and that's the entrance to the dungeon,
Yeah,
which is called Yukiko's Castle.
yeah, the dungeons throughout always have that red and black glowy portal thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ted here gives you items that you're probably gonna need to heal yourself up. Because the shadows, even on normal mode, does hit a little hard, so it have some degree of challenge. Although I would imagine that those items will probably get all used up on the harder difficulty, so that's why it's imperative to keep going for the knockdowns.
Yeah.
Even though you might be wasting SP per se.
Yeah, which is good. So pretty much Teddy's like, hey, the shadow seems to have becoming really aggressive, just be careful.
Alright, now one of the changes from Persona 3 to Persona 4 is you can change tactics off the get-go. So for example, you can have him do whichever tactic you want them to do and let the AI control them, or as I like to do, I like to directly command them. That way I can think of my own strategies.
Which is always a good thing, because I know in Persona 3, the your AI controlled party members used to always do the best options. I don't know if that's the case in Persona 4.
I think it's the same thing. I'm willing to bet, except there's no point in finding out because you can just directly command them yourself.
Yep. So is that the Lying Halberry?
Yeah.
Weak lightning.
Yeah, pretty much. And whoever your scouter is at the time, they will make note of the weakness. You can hit, I think, L1 to just keep track of it.
It's always a good thing.
Alright, now shuffle time. Basically what happens is, now the difference between regular Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden is, the cards will keep swiveling around in circles, and it's up to you to hit the X button, which by the time the card passes through the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
So whichever card you get is what you get. However, in Persona 4 Golden, you can simply pick your card, which makes obtaining the personas and whatnot way easier than it was in the original.
That's a good thing.
Because in the original, the cards will keep going in a pattern, like in a loop.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to catch the card in the center by hitting the X button. And whichever card you're going for, you better keep a very, very good eye on it.
Yeah. Is it scripted for that first fight?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. They did this on purpose because they want to give you a persona that can tank physical hits better. Because you really lack anything that can tank hits for you early on.
Yeah.
And Slime, while not a spectacular persona, being able to resist physical attacks is always a-okay.
Yeah, especially for this early on in the game. Soul Drop.
Yep, Soul Drops will cover your SP, which I think is Spiritual Power, by 10 points. Think of it like Final Fantasy's...
Mana points.
Yeah, MP, yeah. It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
So what's different about these floors, outside from a few specific ones in every dungeon, is always randomized. So the layout is never going to be the same.
Oh my god, RNG pretty much.
Yeah, so there'll be a little trick I'll be showing off in a few minutes, where basically, if you want to re-randomize the floors as well as re-randomize the treasures you get, what you do is, well, again, I'll show it off in a few minutes, but pretty much here, what did I say?
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, healing, you always want to be able to heal next chance you get, because you could go down after about, 3-4 hits, assuming that you can't resist attacks.
Yeah.
Because your HP is pretty low, and your...
Hey, there we go, there's a crit.
Yeah, there's a crit I needed.
Yes. And sweet. All-out attack.
Yep, so just like in any other Persona game, every time you knock down all the enemies, if all your party members are up, everyone can join in on the all-out attack.
Yep, beat him up. Love it. Yeah, that is Yosuke's Persona Jiraiya.
We'll talk about Yosuke's Persona for a second. Yosuke, stat-wise, he's more of like a mixed attacker. You know, he can do a little bit of everything, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So he can contribute early on. Throughout the game, though, depending on which other allies you decide to level up, he might fall off a bit. I mean, he does get other moves like Maka Jam, which is silence, Tentra Fro, which is I think, or is it Tentra Fu? I think it's
Tentra Fu.
Yeah, thank you. That's the one that inflicts confusion. He does get like Power Slash, which is an okay physical attack.
Yeah. Oh crap! Spotted. Shoot.
Yeah, I was hoping to. Well, this is what happens when you get ambushed by the enemy. They will get to go first.
Ow. At least there's only one enemy. It's not too bad.
Yeah, but this asshole has cleave.
Oh, of course.
And it can do well over 80 damage if you're not lucky.
Ow. So Yosuke also is known for wind-based spells as well. So the protagonist's default persona Izanagi is electric-based.
Yes, but the protagonist can get any.
Yeah, what I'm saying is default.
Yeah.
He's default.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like from there though, he can get you can get whatever persona you want. I was deliberating whether or not to get the chest key if I wanted the HP heal. I went for the chest key because if I'm going to do the map reload randomization trick, I could come across a locked chest and I want to have a chest key nearby because in every dungeon, every locked chest will always contain a uncommon to rare item.
Okay.
And you can't, while you don't control when that will appear, if you're just re-randomizing the floors over and over, you could get it to appear.
Ooh, okay. Never a bad thing.
So if you want to potentially stock up on items that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise, this is actually a good place to do it.
Yeah. Alright, so you get a level up off of this, which is really cool. So yeah, I think, is it okay if I talk about me starting out of the Persona game?
I'm sorry?
Okay, start talking. I might see if I can just really quick, like, say that I was starting off Persona 3.
Oh yes, you did.
Yeah.
You did recently just play it for the first time.
Yeah, so I played the original Persona 3, which FES, which I think is the
PS2
version, yes. So just pretty cool. I like it so far. I am liking, I like the idea behind it. I like all the characters so far. So hopefully, I just started, so I'm not sure. So I'll be getting probably a little bit farther into it at some point. So, but I'm really only at the part where we just explore Tartarus.
Yeah, that's the first time. Although one thing you also gotta keep in mind is unlike Persona 4 and any other Persona game afterwards, Persona 3 has a condition mechanic where your condition can either be good, great, tired, or sick. And in Persona 3, if you explore Tartarus for too long, or if you fight too many battles at once, for whatever reason,
You're more susceptible to it. So
yeah,
you need to really conserve. You kind of need to
pick your spots.
pick your spots. Yeah.
Yeah, pick your spots because your character could end up getting tired, and while you could still carry on with the dungeon exploring, they'll just do notably worse during combat, and the next time you go back to the entrance, they just go back to the dorm. So what I did here just now is the floor is regenerated because again I'm using a little trick to where I can go up one floor and go back down the previous floor so I can respawn treasure of the like.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to get some more personas because sometime after this I'm gonna be doing some fusion / some social linking, and I particularly need magician and another arcana later on. I think it's strength.
Yeah. Oh, ow. And hey, first straight for the player, not bad.
Yeah, so you always want to try to go for the player advantage, obviously. And the reason why I'm not going for the weakness here is I'm trying to conserve SP here because here's the thing, until a little later on in the game, your SP is actually quite limited, so you should really use it to get yourself out of hairy situations.
Yeah.
At least early on. And
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a difficulty thing where it starts off pretty hard in the beginning, but then it kind of gets slightly easier as you go on because you're able to manage your SP a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't think of what I was going to say. Really bad. Yeah, Persona 3. Am I gonna get a new party member relatively soon?
I'm not gonna spoil when you do, but obviously you would, but I'm not gonna spoil when you do.
Alright, fair enough. But at least nice to know that we'll actually get to expand our roster a little bit at some point in the near future.
Well, of course, in any RPG, of course your roster is going to expand. It's just most likely just a matter of when, of course.
Yeah.
I know the PSP version of Persona 3 introduced an item, I think it's called Yawn Be Gone, where
Yes.
they improve your condition, so you could in theory just grind for as long as you want, and the tire mechanic becomes basically obsolete. Of course, Persona 3, the regular Persona 3, has a higher production value and better presentation than the PSP version, but the PSP version, I will say, has a much more forgiving gameplay.
Yeah, which is a really good thing. I will gladly take that. But so I'll play the.
Just so you can make your own little perspective, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we just got Ukobach, which is a devil persona.
Ooh, okay.
Specializes in fire,
Nice.
and I think in confusion as well, confusion-based spells.
Yeah. Also, I really don't like that fish enemy. I really, really don't like that stupid fish enemy.
Well, yeah, because on normal it's somewhat manageable, but on hard or even very hard, unless you're defending or if you have slime with you, it could one-shot you with cleave.
Yeah, that thing is a problem, and I tend to have really bad luck.
It's just like in Persona 5, where if you're playing it on any difficulty higher than
Yay, criticals! I love criticals.
Oh yeah, another thing to add too, if they hit you while you're down, the dizzy stats can be inflicted, and that means it skips your entire turn.
Ew.
Damn it.
And you're so vulnerable to any sort of attacks while you're dizzy and down.
Alright, at least Yosuke's actually down, and he needs to heal like yesterday.
Yeah, if this happened to me while I was on hard mode, you probably would be dead already.
Yep.
It's just like in Persona 5, I was gonna bring up earlier, where if you face a Barrett enemy in Kamoshida's castle, it can actually one-shot any of your characters with cleave.
Oh god.
It does well over 100 damage.
Why
Yeah.
is cleave such a good move?
It's not even the severity of the move is the problem. The problem is on hard difficulty, or even merciless. The enemy stats are just higher.
That's so annoying.
I mean that's what it comes down to. It's not the severity of the abilities the problem. It's just the stats.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, so here are the stairs, and you're just gonna. I'm gonna continue actually. Alright, cool. Cutting!
Yeah, jump cutting, pretty much. So I did grind for a little bit more off screen. Took me a few minutes, but I did need to get a few more personas. One of them was
Angel.
yeah, one of them was indeed Angel. I'm gonna need that for fusion purposes, of course.
Open the door? Yes!
Chie, are you alright?
While this cutscene is playing out, I'm getting water.
All right, go right ahead.
Chie?
Actually, I could use some water too. Now that you said it.
Yukiko-san?
Or do you want? Yeah.
Oh,
Hated my name. Yukiko. Snow. Snow is cold and it melts quickly. It's transient. Worthless. But it's perfect for me. Apart from inheriting the inn, I'm worthless. Still, Chie told me that red looks good on me.
These Yukiko-san's inner thoughts? I remember hearing Saki-senpai's too.
Yeah, this castle is probably here because of this Yukiko person.
Yukiko! Chie was the only one who gave my life meaning. She's bright and strong. She can do anything. She has everything that I don't. Compared to Chie, Chie protects me. She looks after my worthless life. And I don't deserve any of it. Chie is so kind. Yukiko,
She is so kind, huh? What a joke. What?
Oh man, is that?
It's just like Yosuke. She lost control over her suppressed self. Now it's a shadow.
Are we talking about that, Yukiko? She says I'm protecting her. She says she's worthless. That's how it should be, right? What are you saying? Yukiko's so good looking, so fair of skin, so feminine. She's the one all the guys drool over. When Yukiko
What are we gonna do?
We need to protect Chie-chan right now.
No, don't come near me. Don't look at me.
Chie, calm down.
No, no, this isn't me.
Wait, stupid! Don't say anything else like that.
That's right. I'm one who can't do anything alone. I can't win as a girl, let alone as a person. I'm pathetic. But Yukiko, she depends on me. That's why she's my friend. I'll never loosen my grip on her. She's too important to me.
No, that's not how I think of her.
So you're just going to turn your back and deny me again? But things are different now. When the time comes, I'll be the one left standing. You know, right? I'm still you.
Shut up! You're
Chie, no!
not me!
Alright, that was shit hitting the fan. This time for Chie, we have to fight a new shadow emerging.
Oh my god. Oh my. So yeah, this is essentially same deal as Yosuke.
Yeah, pretty much. And for every other character that that will be joining our party from here on then.
That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Alright, so the Chie boss fight, it's another straightforward boss fight where, you know, it will give you a little cue to know when you should be guarding.
That is a good thing. Thank you. So yeah, pretty much with the cutscene with Yukiko, pretty much what it is that
you mean Chie?
well, with the scene before with Chie talking with Chie hearing Yukiko's inner thoughts.
You mean when she spoke for okay.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So pretty much what it is with Yukiko is she seems like, even though it seems like on the outside, but her and Chie are both really close. It seems like honestly, both of them have some reservations about the other.
Yeah, there's some underlying issues that they're probably not being honest with each other about. That's probably what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Alright, so Chie's shadow is weak to wind. However, unlike the original Persona 4, Chie's shadow is actually resistant to physical attacks.
Oh boy.
So it does take so I think they just did it to make it a little harder. Now I'm not.
Ow!
Now every time she knocks down Yosuke with Mazio, she always follows up with bottomless envy. I'm not sure if there's a way to predict that, or does she always do it in the first turn? I'm willing to say she always does this in the first turn.
Which is really bad. Oh my god. Green wall. So
Alright.
she is now resistant to wind. Nice.
Yeah, so any elemental wall will make them resistant to their weaknesses for a few turns. I think up to 3 turns.
Something like that. Yes. Yes.
Now, I might have did an okay amount of damage, but you notice it said resist. I would have done more damage if the boss in question was not resistant to physical attacks. So this is the best we can do right now.
Rip. Oh my god. She's like, oh no, this isn't serious.
So again, depending on how well you're willing to pick up on Xiao Chie's boss patterns, you can switch between Izanagi or Slime to predict either a Mazio or a regular physical attack, so you can just tank hits a little better. Now, when she says she looks scornfully at Yosuke, that means you should guard with Yosuke, because if he gets knocked down again, that's just more free damage for the
It's pretty much just free damage, essentially, and you're essentially going to lose Yosuke for a turn, so, which you really don't want in this situation.
Yeah, because once the green wall is gone, he can actually go back to knocking her down again, like so.
Yep.
So, this does teach you the importance of guarding some
should we show him who's boss? Nice, Yosuke, nice.
Yeah, so if anything, she teaches you the importance of actually guarding how it can be a correct play here.
Yeah. So you just really kind of want to keep up the offense, while at the same time, the instant she gives a cue that she's gonna attack Yosuke, you want to guard and act accordingly.
There'll be other strategies I'll be showing off and another boss fights that'll make this a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll talk about them as I get to them.
Yeah. Oh, my bufu. Ow. Oh, nice dodge.
Yeah, I was lucky because Ukabach is weak to ice, which I have currently equipped.
That would not have been good. That would have been really, really freaking scary.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a risk I took. I could have technically decreased its accuracy with Secunda,
Yeah.
but it does cost 12 SP, and that's not really a lot. And considering I have what 60 to 70 to start with, that's not really what I call a spammable move.
Sadly.
I think like the Agi and the Zeos of the like are a little bit more feasible to spam.
Let's go. Alright. Yeah.
But other than that, this boss fight isn't really too hard. Just pick up on some cues, pick up on some patterns, and you're basically good to go.
Yeah, I just want to wall on this thing. You've almost got her. I think this should finish her off.
Let's see, does it?
Yeah, now, and...
No,
No! So close.
But I pretty much have this once. I'm not particularly worried about this.
Yeah, I just finished, just freaking some fire and be done with it.
Alright, and it's Chie's boss fight down.
Thank God. Yeah, that boss fight can be, as long as you know what you're doing, as he said, it's not really that terrible, but if you are struggling with this boss, it might be helpful just to kind of focus a little bit more on like what you want, on like what she's doing, and then just respond to that in the best way possible.
Yeah, so boss acts, you react, which is something that you don't always want to get stuck into all the time.
Yeah. Alright.
What's the matter? Got nothing to say anymore?
Stop it, Chie. It's all right.
But... Everyone?
He's right.
I don't think any of the responses would have really mattered. Just like the Yosuke one from before, they all pretty much mean the same thing.
Yep.
Just wording it differently is all.
Yep.
Yeah. Kinda get it now. You are me. A side of me I couldn't forgive. That I tried to ignore. But you still exist. You're a part of me.
Alright, so Chie is finally able to admit her weakness, and thus her shadow became her persona.
And our third party member. Sweet. Alright, so going a little bit about Chie here, she is more of a physical based attacker. Her magic isn't all that great. And as you saw in her boss fight, it's Mabufu, so she is an ice type specialist.
Yep, we will be showing off Chie the next time we do visit this castle, which honestly might not be for a little bit, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just he's just got some other like non-story crap he has to deal with.
Hey, Chie!
Right, because
I'm okay. Just a little
basically in any given Persona game, it's not just always about exploring the dungeons and then
You can use the same power
being done with it. There are other things to do, like leveling up your social links, leveling up your social stats, that sort of thing. And there are various methods of doing so, which I'll be showing off pretty much starting the next part.
Yeah. So pretty much now you need to pretty much now you're not going to be able to come back to this dungeon, at least for now, just because she is like wiped out and she needs time to kind of rest and recover from like this whole like big emotional roller coaster.
Well, the objective the objective first and foremost was to rescue Chie, who ran off on her own.
Yeah.
And then the next time we come back, you can revisit this dungeon the next day if you so wish. And
strong as she thinks. It's because she was
and also split like this. It is possible to finish a dungeon in one day if you know how to abuse the floor regeneration trick, like I was showing off earlier.
Yeah.
Like it is possible to do. It is possible to do this.
Yeah.
But
it's not advisable, is what he's saying.
At least not at this point, because you want to be able to like bond with other people, so that when we fuse personas, they can just auto level.
Yeah. Have you done this dungeon in 2 days? I think. Or have you always taken like an extra day or two to kind of?
I think it depends on my route, honestly.
So even if we leave
Like,
for a while,
I can
Yukiko-san
explore a
won't be in
portion of the
danger until
dungeon,
fog starts to cover
then call it a day, and then
I'm
re-explore
sure
it again.
It was the same way
If
for
I'm
that
trying to
announcement.
100%
Don't you
social
remember
link
how
this
it was
game,
foggy in town on the day they died?
I try to get the dungeon done on, on the first day of my trip in. Like, I get in,
The fog usually
get
appears
all the way to
after
the
it
end,
rains.
beat the boss, get
It's
out.
been sunny lately. I don't think it's going
Yeah.
to rain anytime
But
soon.
it also depends on your route. Like,
Check the weather forecast first.
like obviously on New Game Plus,
You can just kind of rush and really not worry about stuff.
or just take more of your time.
Yeah.
She must be
So pretty much your Chie is like, I really want to go. I really want to go rescue Yukiko, but everyone's like, nope. This is no we need to rush. Things will, whether it's all weather dependent, we're good.
Yeah. So pretty much here, what Yosuke's getting at is that there's a certain deadline to when you have to rescue that said person. Otherwise, it's game over. You keep an eye on the calendar, which is basically reminds you, hey, you have a time limit.
Yeah.
No worries.
So pretty much now she's apologizing and everyone and protagonist's like, don't worry about it. Let's just kind of next time just go together as a group. So.
Well, but that's the whole thing about it, anyways. Yeah.
Yep.
And plus, Chie also has ice magic to cope with the fact that you don't have any. You're not gonna get any personas with ice magic this early in the game.
Yeah. So they kind of gave you Chie to compensate for that.
You guys okay?
Why did it take you forever to respond to this?
Oh, why was I taking forever to respond?
Yes.
It's because I had to use the bathroom while I was letting the cutscene play, and then I'm guessing it took me a few seconds longer.
Nice.
Well, I had the auto dialogue on, so I think, okay, I can probably just have to go, and turn out I had to go longer than I anticipated.
Oh my god.
Well, would you rather have seen that or see the video stuck on the same dialogue screen?
True.
You know what I mean?
And she finally gets her glasses. She's like, hey, this is like amazing.
Yeah, so these glasses, we'll talk about those for a minute. Apparently now these glasses have the power to see through the fog.
It was also sad and
I was wondering how you guys could see where you were going. Hey, is it alright if I keep
I know, you could be hearing a lot of horrible bear puns from Teddy.
stuff here?
and just horrible
But I'll be back with these
mispronunciations in
You
general.
guys better not come here without me, got it?
Yeah, let's all promise each other.
But yeah, these glasses here, they have these special lenses that can apparently see through thick fog.
Yeah.
Which is which means they can also see shadows as well.
Yeah, which is never a bad thing.
Well, shadow enemies, anyways. Apparently, the ones that get thrown into TV can still see their other selves.
Yeah.
Come here as much as we can after school.
Because of how spirits materialize and all that stuff.
Would
Yeah.
you mind being our leader? You were
Alright.
the first to get this power.
So
And
what
you're
is
way
you?
better in a fight
Never
than
mind.
either of us. I think it's best for all of us if you
Oh,
set the pace
what
of
were
the
you going to ask?
investigation and we
Never
follow
mind.
you.
No, I
Cool
just couldn't see the dialogue.
No, it's just basically saying, hey, we need a new leader. Hey, you're the leader. Okay, then.
Not an
Just like every Persona game.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think Persona 3, in Persona 3, the main protagonist is like, yeah, I'm fine being leader, but then the other two are like, but then one of them especially is like, no, I want to be the leader. Pick me, pick me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Junpei. Like, the moment he gets recruited into C's, he wants to be leader.
No. And hey, you unanimously appointed the team leader. And you get a new Arcana unlocked. This is, I believe, the Fool Arcana?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
The Four Arcana always tends to have it be directly related to the main character or the group that the main character is involved with.
Oh, yeah, because I remember in Persona 5, Morgana is a magician.
Yeah, Magama's magician, and then Igor was the fool because in Persona 5, they say the Velvet Room reflects on is a reflection of your own heart, and for him, he feels like he's a prisoner. So that's why the Velvet Room is a bunch of jail cells.
Yeah.
It gets foggy after a
Is
lot
there
of
a
rain,
group
so let's keep
Arcana
an eye out.
for?
Also,
Is there an
let's make sure
Arcana for
we
the
gear
group
up
in
for
Persona
next
5?
time.
I don't think so. I think just technically it's just The Fool? Oh, no, not really, no.
Okay, I couldn't
Because-
remember. It's been a while since I played that game.
Because the other thing was funny that Sai Nijima for Persona 5, her kind of happens to be Judgment, which I thought was very, very telling, considering that generally speaking, a group that's ready to take down the said final boss would be Judgment.
Yeah.
I guess they wanted to stop with that kind of trope, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, mind if I ask something? You aren't getting involved with any strange business, are you? What happened at the station this afternoon? Still bothering me. Is there anything you're not telling me?
So yeah, what the interesting thing about Ojima here is he's trying to be a concerning
Is something bothering
Guardian.
a concerning uncle, but
too caught up with work
he
for
doesn't
spending
quite
time
know
with
yet how to distinguish himself between himself,
What's wrong?
the family man,
Are you
and
fighting?
himself, the detective.
No, we're not having.
At least not at this point.
This isn't the police station.
Yeah. Poor Nanako is scary. Poor Nanako's
Wait,
scared.
Nanako is scary. How is she
Don't get
scary?
yourself
No, she's
involved in
scared is what I
anything that
meant.
could get you in trouble. Got that?
I misspoke.
I know. I was having a little fun.
Due to high pressure fronts from the west. that
Okay,
sudden
so from
spring-like
here on
weather will stay
then,
with us for a while
once these
longer.
forced days are
Is this
pretty much
lady
over with,
the
you can
one who
progress the
decides
game
the
however you
weather?
wish. Like, you can go at your own
Because like she
pace,
says
but
it'll
you
be
always want to make
sunny.
sure that
It always is.
whichever you do, you get the most out of it, and it's going to lead to having you do more things later on, which I will be doing next part. So, the next time we meet, we are going to be doing a little more social linking, and then sometime after that, we'll be going right back into Yukiko's castle.
Alright, cool. See you guys.